Hi everybody, welcome to my first holiday tutorial. Today I'm doing it on my best friend Josephine, and she has a YouTube channel and she is a very talented singer. She does covers of others, so you should definitely go check that out. Okay, so
Hi.
that's Josephine. Okay, so I started off with Nivea's Men Aftershave Balm just as a primer, and then I went in with this Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation and I applied that all over her face. But as you can see, it's a bit dark for her. So you just, I worked on blending it really well, into the skin, and then I also blended it down the neck just a bit so you can cover the difference between a tan face and her white-ish body. So yeah, just really work on blending it into the skin, so it's not just sitting on top of the skin, but it's in with the skin. That rhymes, in with the skin. I then took this concealer from MAC, and this is in NC30, and I put that under her eyes to cover any darkness. And also, if you have a darker foundation and you want to kind of blend it in better, make it look less dramatic, this helps, just to put a lighter concealer under the eyes and then a bit on the forehead and down the nose and on the chin, which I did do, and you will see in a couple seconds. And yeah, so I just applied it under her eyes and I blended it out with my finger. And since she's my best friend, I don't mind using my finger to blend things in, but with other people, strangers, I wouldn't do that because it's not as professional. But as she's my best friend and my hands were clean, I did it anyway. Then I took Makeup Forever's HD powder and I just set the under eyes with that. And what else? Oh, and I also took a bit on a big fluffy brush, just a bit though, and I set the rest of her face what you see I'm doing right now. So just along her cheeks, her forehead, and her chin. I then took the Body Shop's Brow and Liner Kit, and I sprayed some MAC Fix Plus onto the brush that I'm using on her eyebrows just to make it more pigmented and sharper, but not too sharp because I wanted more of a natural brow on her. So yeah, I just filled that in like I usually would. I didn't change any shape. I just filled in where she needed some extra filling in, maybe where her eyebrows were a bit more sparse. And then this is also from the Body Shop. It's just a brow gel. I just set her eyebrows with that. I then took this color tattoo from, I think it's Maybelline or L'Oreal. I'm not sure, but all the information is down below. And I sprayed my, it's actually a concealer brush. I sprayed it with some Fix Plus, and I just patted that on just her lid, not through the crease, but just on her lid. And then with the Morphe brushes 35W palette, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 35W. I took that orangey, coppery, sparkly shade, and I patted that right on top of the color tattoo. And since the color tattoo has a creamy base, the eyeshadow will really stick to it, so it has a good base to stick to, and that's really good. It'll help last all night, and it won't crease, and it will be very pigmented. Anyway, then I took this lighter browny kind of shade, it's very neutral brown, and I applied just a bit of that through the crease. And then I went in with this darker brown, and I applied that again through the crease, but mainly the outer corners. And then I took a bigger brush just to blend it all out, using two brushes to apply, and then another one to, one brush to apply, and then the second brush to blend out. It makes the application much easier, and it makes the blending process much easier, and it looks more flawless. I then took this kind of light shimmery shade. I'm really bad at describing like anything, but you can see what color it is, and I just applied that on the inner corners, and then I slightly blended it in with the copper. And then using that copper, I took that first under the eyes, and I didn't blend it out. First I just applied it under the eyes. And then I took this like mustardy orange yellow shade, and I applied that under the eyes on top of that copper color. And then I applied, I didn't show like a shot of the color, but it was the first brown that we used, like the lighter brown. I applied that, and then I blended it out. Oh, and then I applied the darker brown just on the edges, and then again I blended it out. Now I'm taking the black from the palette, and I'm creating a wing with this, but it's a smoked out wing. So I start by just lining her outer corner, like her outer edges of her eye, and then I create the wing, and then I take some of like brown on a brush, the brown that we used in the crease, and I just use that to blend it out. And then with her eyes open, I just perfect the shape because I want the wing to look nice with her eyes open. Like I want it to look nice with the eyes closed too, but I find it easier this way at least. And then I blended it out again. Of course, repeat on the other eye. And then with the black, I applied just a bit on the outer corners. And then with the mixture of the black and the darker brown that we used, I blended that out. So first black, and then black and brown and blended out. And just on the outer corners of the bottom lash line. And then I applied some white eyeliner to her waterline, and this is MAC's Fascinating Eye Pencil. I then took that same color that we used in the inner corner, and I applied it onto her brow bone just for a very slight, subtle brow highlight. It also helps up any blending, but we didn't go that far up. But let's say you accidentally did go that far up and you just want to clean up the blending of the crease shadows, having that highlight there, the lighter highlight will help blend it out nicer and more smooth. And then I applied some mascara, and this is just one by Clinique, top and bottom lashes. I then went in with my MAC's Mineralize Skin Finish, and this is in medium dark, and this is very, very subtle. Like on camera you can't even see it, but in person it was like very, very subtle, and I just applied that as a bronzer and the slightest ever contour. Since it was so light, it wasn't like a harsh contour, it was so subtle. I then went in with By Terry's Hypnotic Copper, and I found that this color would look really, really nice with the like eyes, since it was like goldy, orangey. And I just applied that onto her apples of the cheeks, and then I blended it out. And then with not Bobbi Brown's, with Makeup Forever's Compact Shine, I applied that onto the highest points of her cheekbones, and then up in like a C shape up to her eyebrow area. Not like in the brow bone, but like in the temples. And then down the bridge of her nose, on her chin, and her cupid's bow. I then lined her lips. To be honest, I'm not sure what brand this pencil is from. And as you can see, it's like all chipped off from how old it is. But it's a beautiful color, so I lined her lips with that, and then I filled them in with the pencil. And then with this lip crayon from number 7, I just applied that on top of the lips. It gives a really, really subtle gloss, which I like because I don't like a heavy kind of gloss. And this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it or learned something new. Definitely go check out her channel. Again, the link will be down below. Oh, and I made an Instagram just for all the makeup looks, and I'll be posting it on there, so you guys can follow me there. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!